Last time on Heroes and Hot Dogs, a human monk, a robot cleric, and a gnome wizard emerged from the depths of the eternal void to the sound of a mariachi band playing, and were approached by a reaper named Ames. He was in a hurry, but told them that they were in the underworld and he'd help them escape. They crossed the threshold of a portal he had created and entered a room designed for baptisms and sacrifices. Quick work was made of a ghoul shambling about, and after failing to open the main locked door at the end, discovered by accident a trap door at the bottom of a large pool. Our heroes unlocked its secrets and made their way through, where they entered a heavily censored bathhouse with a disgruntled dwarf. He had them play a shell game since the room's under construction, and when they discovered his deception in the game, gave them the key to the next room, and he warned them not to touch anything in the following room, which is labeled as greed. You have gone through the door, and outside of each of the rooms is an entire level of the underworld. It's a giant area that Ames mentioned would take you normally like a lifetime to traverse to get to the end, and he's basically connected all of the end points together, so you don't have to like go through all that stuff. So like basically, this is a hidden room in that
fantasy
circle.
wormhole.
Right? So it's a wormhole to it's a cheat sheet, right?
Okay, but we've been in two, quote, rooms already, but you're saying those are not two of the 9 circles. That's just, we're
It's a
in
room
one circle.
Well, each room is in a different circle.
Oh, got
Right.
it, okay.
As you enter the next room, you see a giant pile of treasure. It's kind of flung around and stacked haphazardly around the room. There's like coins and like gold plates and like vases and like chandeliers and stuff. A bunch of gemstones everywhere. There's a whole pile of treasure. There's like paintings on one of the walls, just like kind of stacked up together, like just look super fancy. There are 3 main treasure chests in the center of the room and one off the side. The one off the side appears to have already been opened and just kind of a little bit shoveled. The 3 main treasure chests, a goblin sits on each one of them.
Oh, they're in the chest.
Not in the chest. They're on top of the chest. They're kind of just straddling it. These are large chests. These are, pretty wide chests here. And as you enter the room, you hear that voice again, and it says, "One is truth and one is lies. Pick you wrong, and then you dies."
I don't like it.
As you enter the room, after you hear this voice, the middle goblin actually addresses you and says, "Oi, hello there, travelers. My name's Marcus." Nope, that's rude. You don't just enter a room and burp at people. That's rude. Go back where you came from. I don't want to talk to you. No, I have to do this. Right, okay. So, my name's Marcus, and over here we have Bert and Ernie. He motions to your left and then your right. So
Bert is north and Ernie is south.
Right, so it goes Bert, Marcus, Ernie. And he says, "Right, so these chests are filled with wondrous treasures, and you can ask either of them, Bert or Ernie, anything about the chests. But you have to pick one. We don't want you to be greedy after all, now do we?" And after that, Marcus pulls out a book, and it's labeled Hell in a Handbasket, the Underworld's Guide to Basket Weaving. And he begins to read. And Bert and Ernie both wave at you.
Sorry.
And Bert says, "Hello." And Ernie says, Hi there, I'm Ernie. Step right up. You can ask any of these guys anything you want. Marcus is kind of not paying attention anymore. He kind of did his spiel as motion to talk mostly to the other 2. But you can ask any of them anything you want.
Bert.
Yes?
What? May I ask you a question?
Sure. I mean, I'm not going anywhere now, am I?
Okay, my question is, what is your name?
My name's Bert. He just told you that.
Oh, right. Ernie, may I ask you a question?
No.
What is your name?
My name?
Yes.
Well, Marcus just told you my name. What are you talking about? Why are you asking all these questions?
Bert.
Yes.
Is he over there? Does Ernie always lie?
I mean, I don't want to be like mean about it, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Bert.
Yes.
Can we like have the treasure you're sitting on?
Absolutely.
How do we get that treasure without dying?
All you gotta do is sign right here, and he pulls out a contract.
A contract.
It's like 70 pages long, and it requires you to do some crazy things.
My name's Lawful Evil.
Ooh. Somebody else want to step in?
There's a reason my guy has low charisma. Marcus, what about your chest?
He looks over his book, and he's like, "It's all right. It's, it's got some good shit in there, and just just some prize-winning stuff, but like."
Is it like goblin good or like royalty good?
Well, I mean, that's kind of rude. I'm kind of the king of the goblins. So I don't really want to be part of this. It's kind of their thing.
Then why do you get a chest? I want a chest.
Well, the thing is, I get this chest later if I get to kill a bunch of people. But, he goes back to his book.
He just trails off.
He's just like, don't really care either way what you guys do.
Bert,
Yes?
how do we get out of this room?
Well, I could tell you that, but that's kind of not really fun. I mean, okay, so you have to pick the right chest.
I wondered maybe.
I'm not spoilers. Sorry. But
How do we pick a chest?
Well, you just walk up to it and you open it.
Aren't you on the chest though? Do
Oh,
you want to get?
I'll move. I mean, I'm not gonna be rude about it. Jeez.
So Bert, what would happen if we open up the chest that you're sitting on?
It either has the treasure you want, or it doesn't. That's it's pretty straightforward, right?
Anything bad happen to us if we open that chest?
Well, if you pick the wrong chest, then you probably don't make it out alive.
Is the one you're sitting on the wrong chest?
For you, I mean, no.
Is the one you're sitting on the right chest?
Sure.
Okay.
Am I allowed to roll to see if I can tell if he's lying or something?
Yeah. Sure.
What's the?
That's insight.
Insight. Oh, I have a +4 to that.
You get the impression that he's a pretty straight shooter most of the time. I mean, he seems fairly non-committal. He's not actively trying to lie to you, but
You're telling me the obvious.
Okay.
So who was it we determined was probably the liar?
We never
Ernie.
determined that as a group, but
Ernie's
it's
the-
kind
Ernie's
of
the
obvious. Ernie. Hey
Yeah.
Bert, what's your opinion on Ernie?
I mean,
What do you think about him?
kind of a douche. But I mean, other than that, he brings like muffins on Fridays, and that's pretty cool. But he's all right sometimes. I mean,
Bert, what happens if we were to try to open up Ernie's chest?
oh, not good things at all.
What kind of not good things?
Well, I can't tell you that. I mean,
Would we die?
kind of. I mean, it's kind of against the rules to spoil the ending. But you would be bad. Let's just
The
let's say
ending.
that. The ending, yes, but it'd be bad for you. Let's just say that.
All right. Hey Ernie. Hey
Yeah,
Ernie.
what's up?
Hey. What happens if we open? What do you think of Bert? What do you think about Bert?
I mean, he's kind of a dick. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I mean, he brings muffins on Tuesdays, but it's just.
Who brings muffins on the other 3 days?
Oh, Marcus.
What would
Marcus.
happen if we opened Bert's chest?
Terrible things happen to you. Don't do that. No.
What kind of terrible things?
I mean, death, despair, dismemberment. Really just agonizing pain. Also, you'd get a terrible set of china that would be worthless, and you don't want that. No.
I'm rolling another insight on Ernie, but I don't like this.
Okay, you get the same kind of impression that you got from Bert. And you seem to be, on the level.
Hey Marcus, did you bring muffins today?
It's Monday, so Marcus says, "Oi, yeah, I bought muffins today. What of it? Well, actually,
Can I have one?
It were scones, but sure, I guess you could have one." Oh, just kidding. I ate them all.
Pretty sure that Bert's the truth teller, and we should just open that chest. But do we want to somehow protect ourselves or be
Hey,
careful or
guys.
something, or what?
There's 3 of us. What if we just open all the chests at once?
And 2 of us
what if
die.
we'll die.
Also, I will say that
Oh.
one is truth and one is lies. It doesn't account for the third, so there could be 2 lies.
And remember, it did say our clue was don't touch anything.
Hey Bert, can you open your chest?
I mean, I could, but that's not fun.
Hey Bert, what about that other chest that no goblin has?
I mean, that's just kind of broken. That it kind of exploded.
Exploded.
It's kind of my bad. No, that was on me. I stored firecrackers in there, and yeah, that you shouldn't do that long term. It does not end well.
Hey,
was
Ernie.
there anybody sitting on top of
Yeah,
it when
hey,
it
what's up?
happened?
Oh, no.
Go ahead.
Well, maybe.
Hey, Ernie, what would happen if I sat in the blown up box?
You'd have a great fun time. You go for a roller coaster ride. You could play like choo choo, all sorts of things. I mean, or maybe you would find your destiny.
It's the nicest answer we've received thus far. I vote WE goes in.
Okay.
So which one? The blown up
WE
chest?
goes and sits in the broken box.
Okay.
Then we prove that he's a liar.
Okay. So you go and you sit. I mean, you're a giant metal man, so you don't fit like super great into it.
You're like a fat cat trying to fit into a small box.
Yeah. So you gotta kind of like maneuver your way in, but yeah, you sit in it, and it's a box, and yeah, it's not very comfortable.
Are you having fun in there?
Not really.
You don't feel any epiphanies of your destiny.
Right. So Ernie's obviously the liar. Bert's
Hey,
telling-
Bert. Hey, Bert, what would happen if WE was sitting in that box that he's totally not sitting in right now?
What?
What would happen if I sat in that open box that you used to have your firecrackers in?
Well, you'd be sitting on your friend.
True.
A valid.
So, hey Bert, I got a question for you. So we met this dwarf man. He was telling us not to touch anything here. Any idea why he'd say that?
He's not much fun.
Just gonna throw him under the bus like
I'll
that?
be honest. I mean, I kind of have to report him now because that kind of ruins the whole thing. What was his name? Did you get his name?
No, we did not get his name.
Which circle were you in? I need to probably run up the line of command here.
We were in the 7th circle.
Up your ass.
On the 7th circle. That's interesting.
We don't know where we are. We're really dumb.
There's no dwarf in the 7th circle. Came back to the 3rd circle? That's strange.
Look, we don't have to go in your order.
Ticket.
Are you just going around in circles? Just going doing the rounds? I mean,
Everything's round.
If it wasn't for the dwarf telling us not to touch anything, I would have said we should just go ahead and do it. But why did he say not to touch anything? I was gonna say you've already touched it, WE, and you didn't blow up, so. The
Well, I didn't
dwarfs-
touch treasure.
He's sitting in an empty box.
I don't think there's anything more for us to do except to try to open the box. I do have Mage Hand as a cantrip spell, which is I can push things around with a fake hand. If you want me to try to do something like that.
Yeah, use it to push one of the goblins off, and then we can physically open a chest.
Well, first of all, we could just ask the goblin if he wants to move. Mr. Burt Goblin,
The joke went over your head.
Yes.
would you mind just moving so we can open up the chest and stuff like that? Or
So
can you open
made
it for
your-
us?
Made your final selection then? You can only choose once.
Oh, we can always choose once.
Is that per person or per party?
Per party. Otherwise,
Uh.
I mean, that kind of just ruins the whole thing.
I mean, 1 to 2 of us might die. That's pretty. That's the risks there.
That's a pretty bad risk.
Hey, Marcus. Does
what do you want?
Ernie always lie?
I mean, sometimes, I mean, everybody lies, right? I mean, really, who's to say what truth is, anyways?
Yeah, he's a middleman.
I think the one thing we really haven't tried is threatening these people.
Yeah, they've been pretty chill so far.
I'm not saying threaten them, but I think WE should stand a little inside their personal space. You know what I'm saying? Just slowly apply pressure to a shin bone.
I will sit on the middle box with Marcus.
On Marcus or next to Marcus?
Next to Marcus. To read his book with him.
Read his book.
He scooches over and he leans the book over to you and starts pointing at an image of some basket and says, "Well, you see what they do here is they take the undercurrent and they pull up and around, and then they use this lovely twine right here, and it's on point. It's just
I think we've
on
lost
point."
WE.
I now live in the 3rd circle, making baskets.
It's true calling life.
Extreme underrealm basket weaving.
I want to ask Bert something. So, hey,
Yes.
Bert, so are you
Yes.
saying if we choose the treasure that you're sitting on, or the chest that you're
chest.
sitting on, what are you saying would happen if we choose it?
Well, one of these chests has life in them, and the other two have death.
Yes, but is the
Um,
one you're sitting on the one that has life in it?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't lie to
Alright.
you. No.
Hey, Ernie. Hey, does your chest have life or death in it?
Life, of course. Everything
What
else
does
death.
Bert's?
the only
Then what
one.
does Bert's have?
Death.
Yes,
Absolute and
but
total
ask
death.
Ernie. But Ernie's lying because when he asked what his name is, Ernie, what's your name again?
I am the goblin who sits on the chest of destiny.
Okay, yeah, just beat the shit out of Ernie and open Bert's chest.
Are you gonna beat up Ernie?
I think this might be a waste of time, so no.
Guys, I think we should just choose the bird chest and be done with it. If we lose the game, then we're dead, and it's.
As much as I feel like I should stick to my character's guns, I don't think this is the time nor place to be.
Now
I
you get
gotta
actual
vote for
confirmation.
Bert's chest, I guess.
I'll go with that.
All right, bird's chest.
Hey, Bert,
Yes.
we're going to open your chest. We've decided.
Oh goody. Oh goody. I'm so excited.
Would you like to? Would you like to get off the chest, please? I don't want to knock you over.
That'd be unfortunate. Yeah. Okay. He gets off the chest and he lifts it up. And
Oh, he opens it.
Yeah. You asked him to get off, and he opened it for you. He's a nice guy.
He's going above and beyond.
Yeah. He opens the chest and see a light emanates from it. Are you walking up
I'm
to the
gonna,
chest?
I'm gonna walk up to it if nobody else is gonna.
I mean, yeah, Vert is just next door at that chest, learning about baskets.
I am standing on top of sitting on top of the other chest. Can I see it from there?
Okay.
You should move this little thing.
Are you approaching the chest?
I mean, right now I'm
Yeah.
sitting on another chest.
As you walk towards it, Ernie jumps off of his chest and runs at you. And roll initiative.
Mine is 15. Vert got 19.
I got 17.
Gotcha. I need to roll one for Ernie. So, as Ernie jumps off his chest and runs at you guys, the chest underneath WE1142R, it shoots you off of it and then pulls you back in. Marcus goes flying off the other direction, off the back of it, and you're flung forwards and then back right in front of it as you're pulled back in. And as you look up, the chest has teeth and is trying to eat you. The middle one is alive and currently trying to eat WE. Roll a dexterity saving throw. I want to see if you're actually caught or not.
+2, so 9.
9. Okay, yeah, you're grappled. So this thing shot out its tongue at you and has you by the leg, and is slowly pulling you in towards the chest.
He's getting mimicked!
He mimicked, yeah.
Wow.
And its teeth look real sharp. However, on the positive side, Bert got off his chest. He's just sitting there, and he's not doing anything. So Bert is not taking part in combat at the moment, and Marcus is just kind of like laying on his back. He's not making a move to like come after you guys. Yeah, so the only combatants that are actively attacking you are Ernie and this mimic, which appears to be rooted to the ground. Also, there is a portal glowing in the top chest.
Bert's chest.
Bert's chest is open and is a portal. Top the order is WE. Ironically.
I've never heard of
So
it.
you are grappled by it right now, so your movement is 0, unless you choose to break the grapple.
Alright, I'm just gonna use Guiding Bolt then.
Okay. 18, right?
Yeah.
That's a hit.
Damage would be
14 total, 5,
14
2, 2,
total.
5.
Okay. You hit him pretty hard. He growls at you and does not look happy, although he looked happy before, so you kind of just made him mad. Yeah, he's gonna keep on trying to like pull you in.
well, at least it's hurt.
Yeah. Also, I believe that the next attack roll made against this target before the end of the next turn has advantage because it's glowing. So it's a glowing mimic now.
You're welcome.
Because of the damage that he did to it?
Because of the guiding bolt. Its effect. So next up is Ernie. All right. Ernie looks at you being pulled into the mimic and looks like he doesn't really want to get near that thing. And he jumps around you, and Ernie isn't the smartest bulb in the bunch, so he's gonna run right past you, thinking that you're incapacitated. You can roll an attack of opportunity against him.
Ooh.
Ooh. Snap.
Okay.
What are you attacking with?
Probably just hit him in the face with my shield. Yeah. Just 'cause it's a big flat thing to hit him in the face with.
An unarmed bash of some form.
Yeah, that hits. So you do 3 damage to him.
Okay. 3 damage to his face with the shield.
He just goes, "Ow! That hurt!" And he kind of stumbles a bit as he's running over towards Finnegan.
Hey,
and
question: how open is the chest with our good friend in it?
The mimic, his mouth is open probably 2 feet,
Okay.
I would say. It's getting pretty wide at this point. It just opened up its mouth.
Well, I'm used to very energetic mimics that just open and slam the chest shut.
Yeah,
the whole time.
He's a little lethargic. Ernie does get past you, and he goes and attacks Finnegan. And he's going to pull out his scimitar, and he's going to roll to hit you. Wow. And a natural 1.
Almost a 19.
I'll take credit for that because I hit him in the face with the
Yeah.
shield.
He was dazed and confused.
Absolutely. So as he's running towards you, and when WE hits him, he does trip, and he loses his sword. It just skitters across the ground, and he's just like, man!
Assumedly out of reach.
It skitters off towards Nomad, and you kind of catch it with your foot. Next in the order is Nomad.
So I'm gonna cast Sleep.
Okay, so you cast Sleep, and Ernie just passes out. He stumbled, lost his sword, and then he just goes.
Okay.
Poor baby.
So he's just asleep on the ground, and the mimic yawns a second, and then it just glares at you, and it's fine.
I want to move, 15 feet away or something, just to be away from the action, because I'm not much of a fighter.
So next in the order, it's Finnegan's turn.
All right, I'm gonna pick up the goblin and stuff it in the mimic.
Okay. Okay.
The hope here is that the mimic will go for the quick snack over the pile of iron and wood.
That's not a bad idea.
Okay, so you chuck him in, and he doesn't fit perfect because the mouth isn't open all the way, but you bend him over on himself, and you just shove him in.
Pick him up, fold him in half over my leg, and shove him in.
Just shove him in there. I'm gonna say that counts as an opportunity attack from the mimic on him. Because it's kind of an involuntary action for him at this point. It's not his turn, but I mean, you shove him down his throat, he's gonna bite it. I'm gonna roll on him. 15 on. He just hits DC. I don't know how you'd miss. It would have been with advantage, yeah, because he's asleep.
That goblin is in the mimic's mouth. He's unable to miss.
He does 11 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
And 4 points of acid damage.
But did he let go of WE in the process, or did I just give him a snack?
So the mimic lets go in order to close his mouth. He doesn't bite his own tongue. He lets go of WE.
Hey, it worked.
And
Very nice.
the goblin is just entirely and as he's starting to be bit into, he wakes up and he looks around panicked, and then he just vanishes into the mimic.
Right.
I want him to look in my eyes and know what happened.
All right, and he looks you in the eye, and he's just like, why?
Serves him right for lying to us.
I'd say something, but it's too late. He's already dead.
WE, you're still right in front of this guy, and he just took a snack.
And you're no longer grappled.
Yeah, because I don't think that he'd be able to do both of those things at the same time.
He's got to digest, swallow, or something.
Yes, it's finished swallowing before he can bite or pull his tongue out again. So I would say, yeah, he's being skipped this time because he did that action already. The top of the order then is WE. You are prone on the ground.
Well, then I move 15 feet away because that's half my movement.
Okay.
Just straight away.
He's going to get attack opportunity against you since he had missed his turn, and you are moving out of melee combat range with him now, unless you wish to use your action to disengage.
I'll give him the attack of opportunity and just try to get away.
Okay.
And then
All right.
still have one action.
Okay. So he's going to try and tongue you again because you're trying to run away. He's going to try and pull you back in, and he hits you, and he has 4 bludgeoning damage. You are adhered to his tongue and are grappled again.
Well, darn.
But you have a little more time before he pulls you in now, because you got a little further up. You still have your action.
Can I try to cut his tongue with my sword?
Sure. Just roll an attack roll for me. So that's a 10, and that's not going to do it. You whiff as you're being pulled back by him, and you can't quite manage to...
Okay.
And then we have Ernie, who is now very dead. So
cross him off the list.
Cross him off the list, yeah. He ain't coming back. And now we have a Nomad.
So we don't actually have to do anything right now, right? Because we're not actually being attacked.
Well, he's pulling in WE to eat him.
His tongue
is still adhered to him.
Oh,
It's
I see,
wrapped
okay.
around his waist or his leg. Yeah.
All right. So I'll use Ray of Frost on him.
You went in confidently with the spell, thinking that you would just dismember this fool. A repeat of last time, and
Right,
then
right.
kind of like hit him in like the side of the chest, and you kind of just like makes him a little bit chilly. He's looking good still. Yeah, he looks fine.
Okay.
All right, and then we got Finnegan.
So I assume Verd is still held up.
Hmm.
Yeah. The tongue's wrapped around him, right?
Yep.
The problem I'm facing is that this thing is an absolute master of CQC combat, and I'm a level 1 monk.
It did a lot of damage to Ernie. That's for sure.
Well, that was a special case of me being
Well,
bad.
he also was swallowed whole. So there's that too.
Also, the only sharp weapons I have are a freaking throwing dart, so I'm not even about to waste that.
You could also try and free him from the tongue as well.
We don't have to defeat this thing if there's another way.
Here's hoping I don't have to get new hands after this. So move me 5 feet south, and I'm gonna try to help this tongue thing.
Okay. All right, what you doing?
You know, I'm just helping. I'm just
I'm-
standing there and screaming like a
You gonna
sim.
you gonna unwrap it from him?
Yeah, that
Or-
sounds like a great idea.
Pull him away or something like that, right?
Offhand, is it possible to tell how long a mimic tongue is?
It's at maximum length right now.
Okay, cool. So what roll to help Bird?
Sleight of hand? Check.
I would have gone
Uh,
with strength myself, but alright. I get a better modifier for sleight of hand.
You can do either one, I would say. You can do straight strength just to like snap it, or you can like just try and like unravel it all the way around, right?
No, I'm doing the sleight of hand, seeing how that is a better modifier.
That's a 17. Right? Could be a +3.
Jeez.
Okay. You grab the tongue and you whip it around a bunch, you pull it off of him.
With Verd free and myself never in danger, I'm also going to go 5 feet to the west. I don't want to end up in the chest.
Yeah.
And that is my turn.
So it's the mimic's turn.
Oh my god!
Uh-oh.
And he's gonna do it again. So he's gonna roll attack roll on you.
Oh my
Oh, that was almost a 2. Sorry, Bird. You get tongued again.
Oh, boy.
Ah!
Yeah, man. And he does 5 damage to you.
Okay.
And you're adhered to this tongue again.
Grappled.
You're grappled, and that's its turn. So then we're going top of the order, and it's WE.
I am going to cure wounds.
Oh,
Well, I healed 5.
We're at Nomad.
I'm gonna try to use my Ray of Frost on him.
Okay.
Okay.
2 damage. All right, he's still looking just fine and dandy.
Nomad, hand me the scimitar, please.
So now, Finnegan, you have a scimitar.
Alright, well, is it my turn yet, I guess?
Yep, it's your turn.
Alright, I would like to move 10 feet to the east and chop the snot out of that tongue. Ooh,
Dang.
badass. I got a 17.
So roll your damage. 4 damage to the beast itself. You're trying to cut the tongue specifically, and I'm gonna need a roll for that. This is gonna be a strength check, I think, to see
Oh,
if you
well.
have the sheer strength to cut
I have
through.
no strength modifiers, but I think I got it.
Yep. Okay, that's a 19.
I just cleaved a probably sizable tongue out of this thing.
Yeah, like half its tongue now is cut off. The range of its tongue is now halved, and it can no longer reach WE.
WE, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so the mimic begins to slide along the floor.
Oh my god!
However, you see ice crystals along the bottom of it, and thank God for Ray of Frost, by the way, that slowed its movement to 0 because it could have chased you. It cannot move this turn. Run, boys, run.
Well, it's good that I hit then.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is. Because it's only for 1 turn. It's just gonna look real mad at you guys. And just gonna dead eye you, Finnegan, just right in the eyes, and it just like licks its lips with like half its tongue. And it's just like,
I'm rolling intimidation back at it. That's a 14 because my modifier is negative.
you have a -1 intimidation.
I do, yeah. My charisma's that bad. We're both in the same boat where we want to kill each other but can't.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the mimic's turn.
Nomad's just gonna say something here. Hey guys, we could just like jump through this portal if you want.
WE, it's your turn.
Okay, so does everybody agree that we're going to go jump in the portal right now?
I mean, we could try to pick up treasure and stuff, although I don't know if it's cursed or something. But
I wouldn't
don't
pick
care
up
about the
treasure, but I think the 2 options would be blow up the mimic and then jump in the portal, or just jump in the portal.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, well then I go and jump in the portal.
You get up, which is half your movement. You still have enough to make it over just barely. And you jump into the portal, and disappear. Next is Nomad.
Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing.
Dive
Alright.
in head first.
Dive in, and as you pass by, Bert says, "Bye."
Oh, bye, Bert.
He-
You were
he
such a
waves
nice
at you.
guy.
He waves at you. Then again, you're next up.
I'm gonna look at Marcus and say, make sure you don't end up like him, and then go in.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, I think so." And he like backs away from the mimic and just like looks at it, just like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah, they're still in a room with the mimic.
And you jump through the portal. Congratulations, you've solved my puzzle.
It only took us way too long again.
I'm
He's actually sad. He had an entire novel written just for this room.
So as you go through the portal, you feel that same feeling you felt before, where you feel rested and rejuvenated, and you get all your health and spell slots back. Also, I just realized, Pop, that you have Find Familiar that you have not ritualed up yet. As you go into the portals, because time is kind of being bent, you can cast a ritual spell if you wish.
So I'll do a cat.
Okay. As you guys tumble through this portal, a cat just appears on top of Nomad's head. And it looks really freaked out. It's just like as it's just like flying through like this ether of space.
I'm petting it to calm it down.
You do that same thing where your perspective flips and your gravity was just reversed, and you just came shooting out of a trapdoor upwards into the air, and then come back down and land on top of it after it closes underneath you. So you kind of like pop up and then kind of land. You are on a large sea ship on some very rough waters in a dark abyssal river. So there's waves crashing all around you, and it's a very large ship. It's got 3 masts. You notice that at the helm appears to be a captain that is dressed all in black and looks kind of similar actually to Ames. He has a very gaunt, almost skull-like face, and in one hand he's holding the wheel, and the other he's holding a large staff that is glowing bright red. Roll a history check for me, all of y'all.
So I'm at 19.
All right, I'll give it to you. Finnegan recognizes this creature. This is basically the sea captain on the river Styx. There aren't many of these, and they only exist in the underworld. And they're basically just myths. They guide lost souls to their destinations, and generally they're not things you kind of want to ever come across because they will mess you up.
You're usually already dead by the time you find them, though.
Right, but even if you're a lost soul, they're not kind to you about it either. They're actually known for torturing lost souls and getting them into wagers that will get them more torture and damnation down the road. They require payment frequently to get to where you're going. You don't come into the afterlife with anything with you, so you have to give up something. They have control over the seas as well, which is why they're able to captain these specific waters, because these waters are incredibly treacherous. No normal captain would be able to navigate these things, so they are able to control the waves and the wind in their favor in order to get from point A to point B, which is why you have to rely on them if you're a lost soul to get to your destination. You can't just make your own boat and go for it, because you will not make it. You'll be trapped in the sea forever. And in front of him, you see there are 2 very blobby creatures that look diseased. They're fat and diseased and have skin peeling off of them. They don't look particularly pleased to see you. As you enter the area, you hear that voice say, "Things aren't what they appear. Some words bite more than a spear." So the Merloth looks down from his perch and says, "Oh good, more chum for the sea. I'm tired of you stupid lost souls down the river. By definition, you're just going to get lost again anyways, and end up here. Over and over and over again. Sick 'em, boys." And he points at you 3 and motions at the 2 blobby creatures to advance upon you.
Oh boy. A demon wrangler that waxes poetic.
And roll initiative.
21.
19.
17.
Dang, you guys. Okay. Top of the order is Nomad.
Wow. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out this riddle here because it's talking about words. And he said something about
Have you considered calling these things very rude words?
words can bite. Some What do you say again? Did you write it down?
Obliviate,
Things
though.
aren't what they appear. Some words bite more than a spear. I think regardless, at the moment, we're a little held up with these two biggies.
So I'm gonna try to cast sleep.
Okay. You roll 5d8.
Oh, that's all I do. Okay.
That's all you do.
5d8.
What's the total of 19?
19.
Woo!
Okay. They start shambling towards you, both of them.
So I take the rose petals in my hand. I have them circle around my head, and have them fly around, look kind of confusing like, and I say, "Sleep, you stinky slime buckets."
Okay. Okay. Two things happen, one after another. So as you say this thing, large cuts appear on both of their faces. And roll a d6. They both actually take 2 points of damage, which you find odd because this is just a sleep spell and it doesn't do damage. They both fall unconscious, just face first on the deck of the ship, and are now snoring loudly.
Well, I'm retreating even further.
Finnegan, you're next up.
I'm gonna make a knight's jump 10
What?
feet east and 5 feet north. I'm gonna be front and center to roll my intimidation check. You have huge guts! Oh shit, I messed it up.
All right, they're asleep and don't hear you.
Right.
All right, exactly
I mean-
what I actually thought was going to happen happened.
Go punch them while they're sleeping. But
I
they
don't
do
think
look
I-
awfully nice and pretty. You might not want to hurt them too
I
bad.
don't think I can reach them from here. I've already used 15 feet of my 30. My guess is that only magic words can actually harm them, and not just any words. Or they have to hear.
No,
it.
I think it's because they're asleep. That doesn't do anything.
Well, nothing happens, so take up a defensive posture. I don't know. My turn's over.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too far away from you two.
Then we have main 2's turn. He's on the bottom and he's asleep. And now it's WE's turn.
Okay, well, I will move up to main 1 then. Can I use Spare the Dying on him?
Okay, so you touch the main and you channel your spell into it, and it appears to have no effect. Now we have main 1, which is on the top, which is one you just touched, and he kind of just gurgled in his sleep.
I thought when you touched him, he wakes up. Is that
Nope.
not true? Oh,
Nope.
okay.
You have to pick them up and stuff them into a mimic.
Yeah.
That does
Although
it.
I don't think we could do that with these two.
Yeah.
Look
So Nomad,
Oh,
Top,
shit, there's a
you're,
mimic.
you're up. So your
Yeah,
your
I'm
spell lasts a full minute, which is 10 rounds of combat.
Oh. Okay.
They're out for a while. If you wish, we can take you out of combat since they're not aggressive anymore.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do Ray of Frost on the one that's next to WE.
So you hit him to roll damage. It counts as a critical hit. So that means you can roll dismemberment rules. So roll a d10.
You seem to have the most rip and tear between the three of us on accident.
Okay.
I know,
You
no.
you do 4 damage, and you blow off his left arm as he's just laying there on the ground, and he's awake now.
Yeah. Okay.
But looking real hurt, not pleased with life. He's just
Physically or emotionally?
just both. Yeah, he's not having a great day. Yeah, Finnegan, you're up.
What? Oh yeah.
The top one's awake but prone, and the bottom one's asleep.
I guess move me. Do I have the distance to get above the awake one?
Yeah,
Yeah, do me there, because I don't want to be in between the two of these things.
I got
Yeah.
you.
Kick him in the mouth.
All right, so you're gonna do a cool
No, it's not.
Grab-
It's not cool.
not cool at all. All right,
Roll to hit. I'm gonna kick him. Just
all
kick
right.
him.
Roll again.
Okay,
You can still
okay.
crit. You can still crit. Roll a d10.
Oh.
Oh, it's almost a 10. All right, you do not dismember, which makes you a little bit sad inside. But you also just freaking like WWE just like body slam this fool into the ground.
I elbow dropped his spine.
Yeah, you jump off of the railing of the boat and just come down on him, and you just hear this like earth-shattering thunk, and he's out. He's gone.
Hey, we successfully killed a creature without use of. Wait, no, we still named him.
You
Wait, this is-
dismembered a ghoul before shoving him in a pool of burning holy water. You shoved a goblin into a mimic while he's alive.
Well,
and now-
this is the first creature we've killed as a direct result of combat, I should say.
Yeah.
One
Okay.
being out of combat and the other being indirect or
Okay.
infighting. I'm good here.
Okay. The next up is main 2, who's at the bottom. He is still snoring. And now we have WE.
Okay, well, I walk up behind him
Okay.
and I hit
Stare
him
at
with
the
my
back of
sword.
the ship.
Okay. Yeah, he's prone. Roll attack with advantage. You stab him in the butt, and you realize that he doesn't have a butt. It's just kind of like this empty sack of air back there.
You made him fart.
You did fart, right?
That's the end of my turn.
Are you gonna retreat or anything away from that?
No,
That
I can't smell.
the
And
guy
I'm
in the
immune to
black?
poison and disease.
Okay, stop the order is Nomad.
Really? I'm
gonna
gonna
hit.
my ray of frost on him.
Yep, you hit him. Go ahead and roll damage and roll double dice. That's a good roll.
Nice.
All right, and you blast this fool right in the face, and you freeze his head, and it falls off.
Yeah.
And he is dead. And y'all are out of combat.
Wait, before he's dead, or,
Yeah.
I mean, no, he's dead, but before you remove him, I'm gonna run up to him and measure his head
Okay.
because it fell off.
Yeah, it did. It did.
Do you have the distance for that?
Well, you're out of combat, so.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry. So I'm gonna measure
Uh,
his head. I'm gonna take out my little notebook and I'm gonna write down the size and take a little picture of him. You know, take a sketch of him and put it in my little notebook. All right.
That's where
And-
we're leaving it off here then, for you guys to solve the rest of this circle.
Okay.
Your return.
Yay!
You'll
He managed
die.
not to die. I guess at this point, all we
Excellent.
have left to do is talk to the captain next week.
Next week on. Heroes on
Okay.
Next.
On Heroes and Hot Dogs. I'm gonna take a dump on the poop deck.
Oh, jeez.